These two devices are very different from each other. They are not both running Android. Only the Boyue Alita is running Android. The Supernote is running Linux. You can't download apps, you can't listen to music. There's a lot of things you can't do on it. But primarily we are looking at the writing experience. So how do these two face off with each other when it comes to the overall devices? Let's start with the Boyue. We have home, back, A2 mode, and we have multi-screen to see what apps are open. You can click the cleaning manager to just kind of get rid of everything and free up some memory. You do have some quotes that you can't get rid of and some reading statistics you can't get rid of. There are 4 tabs up top: home, books, notes, and apps. Those all toggle very quickly, and to make the device even quicker, you can turn on A2 mode and the device becomes lightning quick. Turn that off to increase the quality. You have some books that you've recently read there and some apps in the middle. You also have settings, standard kind of Android-esque. Well, it is Android, not esque. Android settings, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, about device, system updates, etc. The Supernote by Ratta is a lot more simple, and this is because it's a single-use device. It's for writing. You can read books, you can read PDFs, and you can do notes, but there's a lot of things it can't do. If you swipe up on the gesture, you actually get a full refresh, so that's really cool. Swiping down on the gesture bar, you get the Supernote drop-down menu kind of thing. Because this doesn't have a home screen, you are always bound by this: recent search, document, note, summary, email, calendar, smart writing, and quick access. So there aren't really anything outside of this that you can do with this device. So let's just start by reading a book. Let's see how we can customize our experience. Starting on the Boyue, we can do page turns. Obviously, page turns are fast. I mean, we're at 2019 now. It's not too important to focus on that. We do have fonts. There aren't a whole lot out of the box. If you click on this, you can change your font size. You can bold and italicize, or both, the entire book in an instant, and it's all very quick. Everything changes live. You do have 5 font sizes here, or you can use the slider bar. Typeset is for your spacing, or you can click here and you can do whatever you want. Row spacing, interval, word spacing, which can get a little carried away. Be careful on that. Left and right distance, upper and lower distance. You also get a navigational bar and some reading settings on how to change pages and all that. You can also long press on the book like so. You can go copy, underline, annotation, wiki, or translation, and this is something that is Amazon Paperwhite level, and it's actually pretty impressive because not a lot of devices outside of the Amazon devices can do this. Give it a second and it basically translates any language to any language you see on this drop-down menu, and the drop-down menu is extensive. You have 3 pages of languages, and they're easily 15 to 20 languages strong on each row, so there is a lot of ways you can customize your experience on this. Now, you can't take notes on the screen of the Boyue. What you actually have to do is click the side by side, and I actually didn't anchor this down because we wanted to show you this. You can take notes on one side and still change pages on the other and do all of your kind of your note taking. So you can make star notes and say, oh, page 3, it's very important, and so forth. You do have all the same note taking capabilities you do on this, but we'll save that for the note taking experience. The Supernote is extremely unique in the way it handles ebooks. The first thing we're going to look at is the double A button, and that allows us to change 3 fonts, 7 different font sizes, some row spacing, and some margins. It's pretty standard, and the reason they don't focus on that really is because right out of the gates you can write on it, and this is an EPUB, so you actually can write on the screen without any sort of initiation. You don't have to click on anything. And if you slide the side, you get all of the note-taking options on basically anything. So what we're going to do is show you something really cool, because this actually doesn't have the ability to do any long presses. So you might be wondering how we do long presses. So if the Boyue is long pressing like that, what you would do on the Supernote is actually box certain range of text, and there you have it. You have summary and comment, and your parentheses have become perfectly squared off, even though you may not have written them as such. The Supernote goes a step further as well, and you can actually make stars and other shapes on the screen, and they turn into perfectly shaped, well, shapes. For example, if I make a star and it's not perfect, it will actually render it into a perfect shape. And that is amazing. And they're going to be doing things in the future, like they're going to be doing hearts, exclamation marks, question marks, and so forth. So they have a lot of unique ways that they tackle the reading experience. And we're not going to show these right now because we're going to save these for, yes, that's next, the note-taking experience. Starting on the Boyue, you have the ability to change pencil, pen, a couple colors, and some line thicknesses. We'll make it a little thicker so we can see it here. So as you're using the pen, you do have pressure sensitivity, and you can actually make like a little shape like that. Use the selector tool, select it, and you can actually move this around. You can't change the overall aspect ratio, so you can't squish it or stretch it, but you can do things like rotate it and copy it and stamp it and paste it and so forth. So you can go to the little paste thing here, and you can paste the cube as many times as you want. You can click erase all to, well, erase all. Now, aside from the actual writing experience, there is something really cool you can do, and that is the recognition. So if I go like this, and write in 2 different languages and click on the little AI button up top, what it's actually going to do is scan for my entire note-taking, and it wrote that perfectly, and I can vouch for that because it says Peter and then it says Japanese underneath. From here you can actually long press it, copy it, paste it, or even export all that you've written by hand. So in that case, it does have very good text recognition, handwriting recognition I should say, when you're writing. There's also a wide variety of backgrounds as well. You have 2 pages of that. You can export your notes to, well, basically any app you have on your device. And you have delete page, ban mode. Ban mode's kind of useless because this has such good palm rejection technology. Doesn't matter even if you have 5 points on the screen. It doesn't disrupt the writing experience. The Supernote has probably the second best writing feel besides the Sony digital paper we've ever felt. They have a rubber screen protector over the entire length of the screen from edge to edge. They give you this weighted metal proprietary made in Japan Wacom stylus that works perfect on this device and has over 4,000 levels of pressure sensitivity. And if you are wondering, yes, you can use the standard Wacom on both device as well as the Supernote on both devices. But for now, we're just going to use the Supernote one. If the screen at any point gets too stainy, you can just swipe up the gesture and it gets rid of everything. You can use the pencil, you can use the pen for pressure sensitivity, you can make hairlines, or you can make thicker lines, or you can use the highlighter. We're actually going to use this opportunity to look at the different colors. So you have black, you have gray, and you actually have light gray as well. So that's really cool that you can write 3 different colors at any point in time. Erase is very nice, it erases everything. You can also do range eraser and isolated eraser. We're going to draw the same box and see what we can do with this right here. We're going to circle that. And although right now you can't actually change the dimensions or anything, that will be implemented later, but it is June 2019, and this device is so new, they're still working on things. But the stamping feature is actually really cool, and it's much quicker than the Boyue. Another fun small note, doesn't matter how big you make that star, bam, turns into a nice one. Another feature that no other device has is this. If I write 10, 10, or 12, 15, I can actually go back and it actually writes it down right on my calendar. These 2 devices are nothing alike, and they bring interesting things to the table, more so on the Supernote, bringing things we've never seen on any other device. Certain gesture supports, the sidebar, the hidden menus, the star system. It's doing so many things that no one else is doing, and it looks great. Its writing feel is also unparalleled by almost any other device on the market. The Alita, on the other hand, is probably the best all-around device we've ever used. It has absolutely everything you'd ever need on a device. The writing experience is spot on, it has audio, it has an SD card, and it has full Android with the Google Play Market. It also reads pretty much every format and has a glow light on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this comparison. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, let us know.